know, I'm in the zone. If you always ready, you ain't gotta get ready. We in the zone. Great man said that. Great man said that. I hear they asking what time is it? Well, it's game time. I ain't shooting no shots, I'ma bang mine. Talking about 3 deep on the baseline. Everybody just be looking at the hang time. Off the hook, bro, I'm the Sandman. Up the bat, you can really hear the fans chant. Watch the pitch, bout to split like Van Damme. Ain't for the fence, cause I'm going for the grand slam. I can't settle for less, cause people owe me.
You saw, he just, my fault, King. More? In his own podcast, man, we in the building, man. Zay Rich, you already know. My co-host ain't here today, Santos. I'm Mama Wanda, we still love you.
Still love you.
Mama Wanda.
I'm not even introducing ourselves. I don't like to do it to ourselves.
They already know at this point.
Facts.
Shout out Sixers though, you feel me?
Back
We in
once
Philly.
again, Joe.
We in Philly.
Y'all, whatever.
I'm a Sixers fan on this couch.
Allen I.
Hey,
I'm like I'm a Sixers fan. But this episode, we're going to do a little interesting one, man. We're going to talk about how men handle breakups. My cameraman had the idea of, how you handle the ones you was actually happy about, and how you handle the one, you was kind of sad about. So, mine's going to be short, so I don't want to start.
Oh, you should,
Nah,
let us get a show, bro. Get the intro
Got a
off.
guest, though.
You play any certain songs, like on your
Yeah, we ain't even get, what I'm saying? I was going to get to that. First, we started with the bag, right?
Oh, alright, we can start with the bad.
My wife ain't break up with me yet.
Let's hope
I said they want to
Let's hope
start.
she
They obviously want to start with me, so I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. I didn't think all the breakups I had. But I ain't gonna lie, every woman I broke up, every woman, every relationship I've been in, I was the one that broke up with the woman. And I was possibly. I ain't gonna lie. I apologize to a few of them.
Sorry, America.
I apologize, but I wasn't really I ain't never really had one of those That's why I explained. Me and Dave had the episode. We were talking about how you handle heartbreak. I ain't never really had one of those heartbreaks because every time I broke up with somebody, I was super content with the decision. I said I'm joyful too sometimes.
Joyful, joy. Damn, I'm not gonna do that today.
I ain't got no back. All I was good. My wife coming to the house today said she want to get divorced. Now that one hurt. I bet that one hurt. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, mine was bad, but for different reasons though. Cause my son was involved for the breakup, so it was just my son was being kept away from me until I had to step up and do some things and actually take her to court. Yes, men, we do take females to court to be able to see our kids sometimes too. It's not always the female trying to take the men to court. The men, you can step up and do it too. If you really want a relationship, no, for real, we really do need to do it more often. If you really want a relationship with your child, children, whatever, you don't have to wait for her to take you to court. You can take her to court. So that's what I had to do to be able to have a relationship with my son. So that was what made the breakup itself bad. But me and her actually breaking up, I was okay with that. But it was just more so about my son being taken away from me all the time.
Is it more sadness?
Yeah, I mean,
Any outburst?
yeah, that's my son, bro. My first, my only. So it was just I ain't gonna get into all the crazy details, you feel me? I mean, y'all know all
Yeah, no, you gotta do that.
But it's just just having something so important to you that means so much to you, being taken away from you just for the simple fact that they feel that they can and know they can't get in trouble for it because there's no court order issue. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's even wild. And it just hurt because it's damn, I didn't have you down for that. So it was for you actually doing that, it's just mind blowing to me no matter what we go through. Because I would never think of that, she done went to that extent of wanting to keep our child away from me until I actually went to court and everything like that. So yeah, it was just a lot of mixed emotions. Because like I said, it was more mind blowing to me because it was just damn, not you, yeah. I know you ain't. So yeah, it was just, that was probably my worst one.
My worst one? guess be my technically most recent one, in a sense. But I'm more of the, which is bad, don't make any sense. I'm the shut down type of keep it to myself, which they tell you not to do. But sometimes I just feel like that's just the way I handle things better. So I guess like when I'm going through pain and stuff, instead of like expressing myself, I just kind of push people out like I need my space type of shit, which isn't healthy. So I'm working on that. But I'll say, as in like when I was younger and stuff, shit, nothing really crazy. It's kind of like Chop said, like with his wife, so like, or him with his baby moms times. Like you know certain ones that the breakup you're real, and then other ones you just be like, in a sense, it's kind of stress relieving. So like how he say joy, like at the end of the day, you might be hurt at first, but then like a couple days later, you were like, you know what? This shit was kind of for the best type of.
Nah.
So it's like you say you keep things to yourself. Is it because like you really don't want to face it head on? Because like I tend to do that too. Because it's like I don't like really facing stuff head on, especially when like you already know like it's gonna hurt you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like you want to make yourself believe like, yo, this really ain't happening. You know what I mean? So it's just like, is that why you feel like you shut down, or you just?
I think it's that, and it's also like I always look at it like everyone's going through something. So like even us as brothers and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I may be going through stuff, but I know for a fact everybody going through stuff that we just don't tell each other about.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why am I going to put that on them when they got their own thing? Which in a sense just isn't good, but you know that's just stuff you got to work on as you grow older type shit.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's something like we all gotta get better with that shit too. 'Cause I kept behind a couple times with y'all. Like I be dealing with shit, and I really just be keeping that shit to myself. Obviously, my wife is doing shit. I gotta support her, but like you still need that support from your niggas you call brothers and shit. It's like just being able to get that shit out be helpful a lot of times.
That don't really be like a weight off your shoulder, dog. Like when I was going through like everything I was going through, yo, like bro had to tell me like there was a lot of times I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pull up, I'm gonna link. And then when it get close to time to link with everybody, I'm like, yo, I ain't coming. You feel me? Like, bro, I spent Thanksgiving alone. My family went away. They went and spent Thanksgiving. Like I sat in the crib by myself on Thanksgiving, bro. In my room, like that's how depressed I really was, just like staring at walls. Cause here I am thinking like, yo, like I ain't got my son right now. You feel me? And it's like I ain't really even telling her most of that. But it was like one time, like we was going late. And, like Ron texted me, like, bro, like you're not backing out this time. Like you really pulling up. Like you gotta pull up. Even if you gotta sleep on my couch, where you gotta pull up. And I did that. I was able to talk, and it was like a big ass stress relief. Like Chalk seen me down bad too. Like we was hooping one morning. He just seen me like let some of that shit out because it was like, bro, I couldn't take it no more. Like so, like I don't know. It's good to have that support system. Like he said, he got his wife and everything like that. But at the same time, it's good to be transparent with the ones that you closest with, like your boys and stuff like that. It don't make you weak. It don't make you soft. Like you feel me? So yeah, they was really there for me. Like when I was really going through my shit.
This is gonna be a little sidetrack, but even when COVID first hit, this really don't got nothing to do with breakups or not. At least not with me personally, but like we would get up early as hell, go work out every day, and I promise you, like none of us said anything, but whatever we was going through, that workout every morning was the biggest stress relief for all of us. And we was having fun. We was really getting in shape. Like it's just certain stuff like that even if you don't really talk about it, but like just being around certain people.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Doing that shit every other day, yo, that shit was therapeutic.
Yeah.
Definitely with COVID, like I dealt with a lot of like that in-house depression because we couldn't do shit.
Yup.
Bro, like mentally, bro, feeling like you boxing because you can't go nowhere. You gotta be in the house. That shit was tough.
Yeah,
So during that time, we was getting up in the morning, going to work out, and balling every morning. Yo, that shit was. I ain't gonna
Because
lie,
that was
bro.
like the only thing that felt normal. You feel me? Like everything else in life was like so unknown at that time. It was like, bro, this is what we usually do. We usually get together and hoop. You feel me? That's why I was therapeutic for me, because it was like that was the only like sense of normalcy that we had like during that time, which was crazy. And that show was mad consistent. It was mad, like I said, therapeutic, bro. Cameraman, worst breakup.
My worst. It's low key my best breakup. But my worst breakup is the first time my ex. The first time we broke up, cause I really loved her and shit. But we broke up over some dumb shit. She didn't trust me. I think she thought I was cheating or some bullshit like that. But I don't cheat. Black man don't cheat anyway. So
edit that part out. Edit does giggling this shit out.
I'm laughing at you. Oh yeah. Come on, edit it out.
more work for the cameraman, but whatever. Man.
That's gonna rock.
Nah, I don't like. Anyway, she thought I cheated and shit. So we broke up, and it hurt because I really was fucking with her and shit. But I'll leave the best breakup when we talk about the best breakup, because that shit was.
But how niggas, but it's the crazy part, right? So like, you can talk about breakups and shit. And for me, whether you think it's good or bad, it's always a certain way that you can handle a breakup. Like, you kind of get like it's like a routine but in a relationship. Where it's kind of like, you gotta talk to this other person every day, probably a few times a day, make sure you're checking in, making sure they feel like, you paying them attention. But then when you break up and you back to being single, you only gotta worry about yourself. It's more so like, if it's one of them breakups that you wanted, it's kind of like weight off your shoulders, but it's also like a different movement. Because I said, like, even though I'm saying like I had all my breakups, to me, for me they wasn't bad breakups. I'm still like cool with all my exes and no bad blood. I don't talk to none of them, but I'm cool with them. I see them in public, what's up? I'm glad you living your life. But at the same time, like, it's just like, if you feel free when you finally break up. But I remember when I was me and Danielle broke up when I first moved to Florida. But I didn't talk to, bro, probably the next time I really seriously talked to a woman was like a year and a half after that. Like, just because I was just like, I'm decompressing from this relationship. Like, straight just, that's it. Like, I just need to, you feel me, be myself, figure out what I want to be, without having to worry about, like, making somebody else happy or, you feel me, relationship about compromise. So compromising what they want. That's when you got goals you're trying to hit, and you feel like that person you with y'all may not just be clashing.
Shit, you hit it right on the head. Even he did, because he mentioned first and second breakup. I feel like you hit it right when you said routine. I'm like, sometimes it just be a routine. So you break up and then be like, dang, like this ain't the routine. So you get back together even though it ain't worth it at all. And it still end up being broken up.
Oh, that's also
double back.
I go from like, I don't know why, but like basically like what he said, it's the routine. Like I'm big on like, damn, like bro, like I just been talking to you every day. Now I'm just supposed to be like, not talking to you completely. So like a lot of times that would be like triggering me to go back to that person because like they said it's a routine. I'm so used to talking to you every day. How your day was, just that thing. Like you've really been a part of my life, especially when you've been rocking for a year, months, whatever. Like it's just like damn. Now I'm supposed to act like I don't know you. And that's always been something I struggled with since I was younger with any type of breakup. Even if I knew like, yeah, like this probably ain't something I should continue being in. Just that routine. I'm so used to that one person being in my life and talking with them every day. When it's not there, it just feel weird. Like something feel off.
It do feel weird. But it's also like, just because y'all break up don't mean the feelings gone. Yeah. So like you might not talk to the person a week or two, and it's bad at the breakup. You're like, damn, I kind of miss her. Let me. You might want to just reach out. I just want to check in on you, but you already know how that goes. That's fresh off the breakup. Like, check in on you, turn around. We should chill soon. That shit turn into it's still yours. Like, I'm just saying, like, that's how bro. That's how that shit go. And like that shit become a cycle because like literally you don't got used to this person, and then like and every time y'all get back, y'all be back at that point to where like, oh, this is why we broke up. So you get on motherfucker. Like we just ain't there, but then when you get that time apart, you're like, man, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And then you go back and then remind it every fucking time until you finally.
Sometimes you don't want to do that beginning shit all over again with somebody.
It's kind of like off topic, but to continue what you said, why do you think that is though?
For me, I'm gonna keep it 100. So really, like, in reality, like, I've only really tried 2 relationships. So I'm on my wife now, and then the one with Danielle. So like, me and Danielle did for 2.5 years. broke up before I went to school, but for like a year and a half, we were still trying to work. And that's because, honestly, bro, it was simply because I loved her. Like, that was it. I had a lot of love for her. We was good friends before we started dating. And it was still like, when you seen that person, them feelings don't just go away. So it's kind of like, it was just that. Like, it was just that. Like, just the love just kept bringing us back. And it was even to the point where it was like, and I had apologized to her too. Like, years later, like, because when you get older, you start to realize, like, damn, I could have did this different. Like, even though we wasn't seeing eye to eye, and I felt like, we wasn't going to work, but I could have been a different. I wasn't a grown man at that time. I wasn't the person I should have been in a relationship with. And she was asking me for shit that I should have been doing. I just wouldn't give it to her because I was just like, you just asking for man, like, you always complaining, you always nagging. That's just women though. But you always nagging. I was like, so I had apologized to her, but at the same time, it was things that I felt like I wasn't getting out of the relationship that I had to accept that she was never going to acknowledge that, or I was going to give you the same reciprocation of an apology, but I still had loved her. And so it finally came to a point where it was like, yo, I'm really wasting your time and mine, because I knew probably a year or two that I was never going to marry you. Like, ever in life, have a kid with you, nothing. I had knew that early on. It was just, at that point, I'm just literally,
You just going through the motions.
I'm going through the motions for real.
Too deep.
But I love you, so it's like, maybe it'll change. I'm like, and it was one of them things was like, that was the first relationship I told myself, like, all right, I'm gonna really try to be like, I'm gonna really try. Before that, it was 3 months, I get bored with one. Nah, this ain't working, man. I'm good.
For real. Like,
So that shit, I think as I got older, you realize like, yo, this relationship is a full-time fucking job, yo.
Full-time job,
This is
bro.
a full-time job. And that's why, like, bro, like, I think men handle breakups different because, like, we're taught not to wear our emotions on our sleeve. So what we do, we get a breakup, I'm free. I'm trying to go get some, niggas want to get some ass and do all this shit. Until you realize at the end of the night, you're like,
You right back, just yourself.
them bitches you was trying to fuck with don't really care.
You know, you just
They don't
with
really
yourself.
care, and then like you don't got nobody you really vibe with.
But
And it's like, bro, you be like, damn, man. Like, damn, bro, I don't envy single people, bro. I really don't, yo.
not even a little
I
bit.
really don't. Like that shit.
Shit ain't fun no more, bro.
it's not. And see, like, that was the thing about me. I had to realize, like, yo, I had to mature. And, like, I really didn't try to, like, start really maturing until I was with the mother of my son. So, after me and her broke up and everything like that, and then my next relationship, the ground rocking with them, it was just, like, things that I knew that I didn't give to Nat. Where I'm like, damn, if I would did that, things probably could have been different with me and that. I'm like, I'm not gonna make those same mistakes with Mimi.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, but now it's a little trickier because it's like Mimi just getting out of when she really only had one more relationship. So it's like I'm a little further ahead in the maturity aspect when it comes to like what makes a relationship work. But okay, like making some certain changes to your lifestyle or something like that. It's
The compromise.
the compromise. That's what I'm
Mhm.
looking for. The compromise. You feel me? It's like the person she was rocking with before me, they got together when she was 15. So it's like she's still almost stuck in that 15-year-old mindset of a relationship because that's all she knew. Now you going from that 15-year-old mindset to rocking with somebody who 28 and got a child too. So it's like, damn, it's a whole different world. So that's what me and her be like, bumping our heads at. So I be feeling like it's on me, like, okay, like some things that I don't want to say immature, like, because she not immature, but it's like some things that she may not know how to handle, you do. So it's like, even though it may rub you the wrong way right now, bro, like, just stick it out. Cause
Yeah, you can kind of relate because you've been there.
Because I've been there, exactly. So it's just like, so that's where I'm at right now with me and Mimi. But other than that, as far as like a girlfriend and everything like that, she's great. But it's just like certain things, it's just like, damn, like this would have been the deal breaker for me with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But
And that's when we realized, like, yo, I might have been ridiculous back in the day.
Mhm.
You know, like, back then, you could get small. I don't even like,
No.
I don't like you know.
tying your shoes like that. Shoes like it's a bird, like.
Yo, God, bro.
Even back then, like, you used to just be like, oh, like, that breakup not my fault. Then as you grow older, you be like, you know, like,
Y'all might fucked up.
I might have did some things.
You start checking yourself,
You
bro.
start reflecting like, damn, I could have been. Nah, I could have been better at that.
That's
I could've
facts.
been like, I ain't gonna lie, but the biggest thing about the hardest thing about being a man in a relationship is, for me, it's just taking the L's. Like, and that's what I had to learn. Like, it took me a long time to learn that. But just being like, even if you don't feel like you're wrong, just be like, you know what?
You
It
got
ain't
it.
even worth the fucking argument.
Bro, it's, yo, you just gotta be like, you got it.
Yeah, you got it. And that's
Bro.
the hardest part. It took me like years
Bro.
to figure it out.
But it's a gift and a curse. Because sometimes the you got it is an argument. Of
Yeah,
like,
like-
you don't really think I'm right. So that's another argument. Like, I just tried to say you was right, and now
Bro,
I'm saying you not.
you
Like,
won. Let it go.
Yeah,
It's like you
so it's
got
a
it.
gift and a curse.
And I
I'm
feel like
wrong.
as men, it's hard for us to find that balance of expressing ourselves. Because it's like, some women may look at it as like, they want to take advantage of it. Oh, he's soft when you try to take advantage of it. But then, when we shut down, it's like, you so nonchalant. You don't really care, this, that, and the third. Now you looking like a bad guy. So it's like, damn, man. And, well, I can only speak for me. Actually, I be wanting to like really express myself and tell you like, yo, this is what's fucking me up about this relationship, or this is, you know what I'm saying? This is what I feel like, this, that, and the third. Like, first of all, we all African American men sitting here, one Puerto Rican, so it's like we already at war every day, just in life in general. So it's like, oh, women aren't supposed to be the ones that we can just like, you know what I mean? Like take off that, be our peace, bro. Like just come home and just relax, ain't gotta worry about nothing else, this, that, and the third. So it's just like. That's the hard part, trying to find that balance where it's like, to where it's understanding and where it's not to a point where it's like you seem like you a pushover.
That was the hard part for me. It's like, y'all niggas know, I don't really be caring. I'm blunt, and I don't really be giving a fuck about what you feel. That's where like I knew I was a part of me apologizing to Danielle. 'Cause I knew like me being like mad nonchalant and giving her that like I don't give a fuck. I always got with everybody. They were like, you don't care. You don't give a fuck. Like, man, I'm taking you on dates and shit. Like I do care. Man. I'm like to me, I'm thinking I'm showing, and then now it's to where like when me and wifey first started dating, I know I would like kind of filter myself a lot, kind of like sugarcoat it or try to say shit in a nice way or not say shit. Cause I'm like, I don't want to hurt your feelings and shit, or I don't want to be too blunt or doing the most. I'm like, y'all, I want to show you that I actually care. I'm trying to overcompensate and shit like. So it's like trying to find a balance, but in reality, like just letting the pride go. That's the hard, like just letting
Hard
the
as
pride
shit.
go, like
Hard as
just
shit.
letting the fucking pride go. And it's a communicate, because I wasn't only emotion I was taught to communicate was anger. It's like you want to fight, I can communicate that easily. Like I'm good with confrontation, but how you feel? Straight. No, how you feel? What you mean? I
Told you, I'm good.
Like, nah, like that, and women when they talk to each other, that's how they talk. Like every time I'm like, what happened? What he say? Oh, hey, Joe said da da da. All right, detail.
Bro, every time.
She was like, what else? I'm like, what do you mean what else?
Like that was it. Like y'all don't be talking. I'm like, nah, that's not what we do. I get the bare minimum. That's
And we know what. Yeah.
good. All right. Like I said, all girls said he good. You don't even know. You ain't asked him this and that. This. No, I ain't. But women, but you know what's crazy? Women know how to express their emotions a lot better because of that. But they taught that from a young age.
I was about to say
They
that's the
taught that
opposite.
from a young age.
Because when we young, say us three young, we going through a breakup in like high school. We not smart
But I
enough
ain't
to like
gonna
how you feel. We gonna be like, all right, we gonna go out tonight. Boom, 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 boom.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm the first one to admit. In high school, if they go to be crying over, you act like a bitch. Like, like crying for it. Niggas more like I'm the first one. And the crazy where it's like I realized how much I've grown and evolved. And it's weird because when you was telling Cadence he was crying, he was like, you can't be crying the first time you're around Uncle Chop. And I'm like, damn, yeah, that's fucked up. Cause he kept crying, like, let him cry. It ain't nothing wrong with crying, but we taught that.
Yeah.
And we like, that's
See, I said that, but I didn't realize.
yeah, I ain't even thinking
that
about
shit.
it. But it's like he a kid, he a baby. It's supposed to cry. I ain't no problem with that. But it's just like the way we grew up. It was like, nah, you a boy. Like, nah.
Because I wouldn't say that if he was a girl. I wouldn't say
Facts.
that at all. Like,
Fact, I'm like, damn, that's crazy how we programming. That's programming to us from a young age.
It's like, keep
But
it
the
pushing.
craziest part is like women don't understand that. Like if they say, oh, y'all don't communicate. But then like y'all don't like overly fucking sensitive dudes. So it's like, what do you want?
I said finding that balance is hard.
Like, what do you want?
Shit, either way, it's a lose-lose kind of, because even when you go through a breakup, like when I went through mine back with Lex back in the time, like when I was single, I was letting girls know off the rip, like, we can chill, but like, I don't want no relationship. So it's like, I was wrong for saying that, but I'm like, I was being honest.
Not though.
But I'm like, so like, either way,
You're not though, bro. That's why,
Exactly.
that's why I be feeling like, this is why I'm cool with most people I've dealt with in the past. Cause I'm always honest about what I want,
Yep,
what I
right
expect.
up
And
front.
when I'm in a respectful way, when I feel like this ain't going further somewhere I think it go, I'll be like, yo, like this, we can still be friends, but like this ain't. Nah, you just gotta cut that shit. But from the rip, you telling women like, look, I want a relationship. We can hang out, chill, fuck, whatever the case may be. But so it's like you set them boundaries from the rip. It's like you gonna be mad at me for I told you.
yep.
I told you. How a lot of women is, they don't like to take niggas' words by face value. They go, I can change that. He'll be around me for a while. Not realizing most of them be regular. To you anyway. Because everybody don't have that person. I mean, some regular. Really good trash. Dealing with breakups, man, I don't know. It just depends on the person, because I see how certain people do it with it, and I'll be like, damn. For me, it took me to the point where it was like, definitely my first real relationship, to the point where I was like, nah. If it ain't that person, then I'm just about to just take a break from any woman seriously on that level for a minute. I'm trying to like, be with me. That's another thing people do too. I feel like people break up, then they jump into the next shit. But it's like you still got fucking shit from your last shit that you ain't healed from, or you ain't dealt with, or you ain't kind of like, and niggas and people don't like to admit like, everybody want to be not be the problem. So y'all broke up and nobody was the problem. It's like, all right, yeah, she did this, but I could have been better at X, Y, and Z, and realizing that and accepting that. But you know what? So when I go forward, I'm gonna be aware of that. Like you said, with me, be like you aware of that because you realize in the past relationships you was not in the moment, but after reflecting, you like, oh shit, I probably could have did X, Y, and Z better. So now I know.
And I give you the credit because, like you say, you realized in the past that would have been a breaking point. So like a lot of us don't. We deal with that. We see it again. We're like, all right, we out, and then you might be missing out on somebody at that point because you ain't healed from the past. So now at the first sign of trouble, you just be like, nah, I'm out to try to avoid any pain or hurt again.
But that's what social media tell you to do. But they tell you to do that with all relationships. Like even in like not even just regular relationships, but friendships. Like, but we can get into an argument today and tomorrow we be good. Like to me, that's friendship. That's y'all niggas is my brothers. So I don't gotta agree. I don't fucking agree with Joe most of the time. We be arguing, and I don't know serious. We might argue about sports, but even if we did argue seriously, it's like, all right, we got into an argument. You got home, say you good? All right, love you, bro. Like that's it's disagreements. It's being human. We got people now. It's like just throw people away. Like, and that's the thing. People don't. Everybody want the cute like social media image of like, oh, I want that. Everybody want to be Will and Jada until they came out and was like, yo, we got some shit with our marriage. We was married 20+ years now. Jada trash, real stupid. Now it's all that.
Shut up now.
But that's being in a relationship. Y'all want the look, but don't want the work. Like that shit is hard work. That shit is hard work. I just seen somebody post that shit. I was like, you sure? This shit is a lot of work. Like, this shit just don't happen. Like, you gotta literally take your personality and mesh it with somebody else, and then take how they grew up with you, how you grew up, and meet somewhere in the middle, and then take how you think about shit and what they think about shit, and meet somewhere with everything. Y'all might move together. Now I gotta take how I live and how you live, and meet somewhere in the middle. So like you gotta coexist on every
And
fucking
people
level,
still growing. So y'all could be together for years and people still change. So then you gotta fix how they change with your change.
You gotta
And make
Every
that
5
shit work.
years we
Like,
change, bro. So it's never going to stop. 5 years from now, Chop gonna be different, Bree gonna be different. But they just gotta do that shit together, bro. Like just gotta stick shit out together. Same with you and Sky, you and T, me and Mimi. Like we change all the time.
That's a fact.
Me 5 years ago, I wasn't like this. You feel me? Like
Even the small shit.
even the small shit,
Like
bro.
now, like I remember when we first met, wifey couldn't sleep with the TV, without TV, you know. now she can't sleep with it being on. Like, so it's like people just change. Like, you just change. You just change. And then I know now, like, I ain't like, we gonna go in detail, but like, I know that's probably an adjustment for where you at now in your relationship. But like, y'all trying to adjust and y'all. And then like, as y'all getting older, and it's like, maybe the shit that you might have been doing that she be cool with, she now saying, like, you know what, I probably all this I was trying not to. And you're like, damn, and now you gotta express yourself more. I'm like, alright, well, you know. Because you now realize about yourself, like, I don't want to just shut down if I want this to work. I gotta be more vulnerable with that shit.
I was gonna say that showed her like the growth in like the man in you. Cause it's like you could easily take a situation and be like, you know what, nah, fuck that. But you, from the rip, you was reflecting on you from the jump. So I'm just like, damn, like that was mad mature you to the point where it was just like, it made me even start doing stuff. Like I said, like with me, I be sometimes I be like, well, I'm wrong, man. I know she wrong, bro. But then I start reflecting like, damn, but Joe, if you would have said it a little differently, like,
bro, yeah.
I'm like, damn.
That be it right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that be it.
Sometimes we be too in the moment. Then you gotta like take it. It's weird. You gotta like take yourself out and then look at it like you somebody else and be like, all right, like it ain't the biggest thing in the world, but I see what you mean by like if I said it this way.
And like Chuck said, if you don't realize, like, bro, like, we all grow up differently. So it's like how I handle situations is different from how he handles situations. How you handle situations different from Scott, so on and so forth. So it's just like we gotta start like taking all that into consideration. Like he said, it's a full-time job, yo. Because you gotta consider everything. If you you really can't be selfish, all you can. Maybe just a little bit in the relationship you can be selfish, like to keep your like your individual. But other than that, bro, you can't have no ounce of selfishness in you because it's not gonna work that way.
Man. Bro, Josh, I literally, bro, me and wife, you know, live together, right? Josh lives across the parking lot from me. Bro, I'm so considerate these days that I will text my wife, bro, I'm going to Josh's house to shoot tonight. Josh live across the park. I really don't gotta do that. But out of respect, because I already know we done, because when I wasn't doing it, I'm just moving like, it's like, we just be doing shit. You don't be telling me what's going on. I mean, you still single, like, it's just it's not even being on those sucker, like, oh, you gotta check in. Like, yeah, that's out of respect, yeah.
Bro.
Because I expect my wife to do the same thing. When she going somewhere, she gonna tell me where she going, when she get there, when she leaving, when she get back home. So I'm giving her the same respect, even if it's across the parking lot. Because for one, it shows I'm sorry, like, yo, I respect how you feel. And then, like, you gonna know where I'm at. Even if you gonna know, because I'm telling you.
And that's another thing, we so conditioned, like, that ain't making no second shit, bro. At the end of the day, no matter how close we are, ain't nobody gonna have our backs the way our woman gonna have our backs, dog. So it's like, bro, you wanna say I'm selfish, trying to keep my woman happy, go ahead, bro.
Alright, I've been over that.
You feel me? Like, yeah.
I've been over that.
And it took me years, it took me a long time to get to that. That's why I said, like, Mimi really caught me at the right time, bro, because it was just like, one, I had no choice but to self-reflect after everything that happened with me and that. That made me grow up all in itself. So it was just like, damn, bro, like, here I am, like, I don't want niggas, oh, you doing this for her, you doing that for her, like, oh, you soft, you sucking shit. Then I had to realize, like, bro, ain't nobody gonna have my back the way this woman gonna have my back. Even though I know my boys is there, but there's something about your woman, bro, like, that's right there, like.
Can't tell you how many times in the group chat, be like, we linking?
Dude.
Y'all know where I'm at.
No, I'm at.
City you.
Certain things you just know.
I told you last weekend. Wife was busy. Y'all niggas free, man. That nigga said he would take. I said I wouldn't be too if wife wasn't. That ass, yo, like that shit real. Anyone know why it's like that? Because like, yo, I don't give a fuck how close we are, yo. We don't show each other the side we show our women.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like the side she get from me, y'all niggas don't get. Not even close to it. The way I open up to her, I don't open up to nobody like that. And it's not even like, yeah, I should express. Like, sometimes I should be more open and express what I'm going through, because it's like, I know niggas love you. We love each other. So at the end of the day, it's like, damn, bro, you would have told us, we would have pulled up, we would have did this, we would have been there for you. But, you know, that ain't always the case. I know for a fact, all of us probably be going through shit like that. So it's like, but your woman, she'll be right there with you, because you're going to be talking to her all day. And you're going to have to let that shit out on somebody. that's gonna be the ear for you, and they gonna be the one shit.
Or might not even have to. They know before you do. They like, what's wrong?
I was about to, that's the difference.
I'm chilling, yo. I'm cool.
For real. That's the difference, bro. And even if we did open up to our homies, as much as we opened up to our homies, it's still not gonna be the same, bro. It's just something different, like that they get out of us.
You're not nurturing.
Exactly. They just nurture us, bro. And sometimes it's like, you feel me? Like, nigga don't even need her to say anything. Just hold a nigga real quick. Like, you feel me? I don't. My nigga hugging me ain't gonna do that like how my woman gonna hug me. You feel me? So it's just like it's naturally different with them. So.
Nah, it is. That's why, bro. I had been got over that years ago. So I used to be on that too. Like, man, like calling me soft. But now I be like, bro, like. Y'all niggas is gay. Like, y'all trying. Y'all want to act a certain way with y'all women. Because the dude said, like, man, call me what you want. Call me what you want. Yeah, I love her. Yes, I'm going home to my wife tonight. We gonna get trying to get some pussy. Mine's in house. What we gonna do? We gonna sit over here and watch Chicago PD.
First 48. First 48.
I'm being here bobbing, yo, like, and I think that's crazy because when you're dealing with a breakup and that not having that companionship be the hardest adjustment, man. Be the hardest adjustment because you're like, man, like, before I always had somebody kind of like, you know, I'm gonna go to the movies. I ain't gotta go try to find me a date. I want me some chicks. Club, try to see I can pick something up tonight. Like, it ain't gotta, it ain't no, not saying no work, but it's like just having that companionship. Because in reality, like, I don't even know why people downplay it. Because in reality, though, most niggas want to go out and be wherever women at so they can get it. Yeah. In some type of capacity, whether it's just sex, or I just hang out, talk, or movies, go on a date. Like, you trying to get that companionship. You just get it, trying to get it through a bunch of different women. Where it's like, but when you find somebody you really vibe with, bro, it's just a, bro. It's really a different level, bro. It's a different level. I done been around people that be like, yo, like, the way you and Bree be rocking, like, it'd be crazy, because y'all, you can tell y'all really just get along. And I be like, nah, that's a fact. Like, that's like my best friend. Like, we really is, outside of us, you know, being married, like, we really good friends. Like, we really genuinely enjoy each other and being around each other. So it's like, when you get that, bro, it's hard to fall. Like I said, most of them be trash and they do, bro, they don't be entertaining, man. They be trash. They be boring, they don't be entertained, don't be interesting, don't be having nothing to talk about.
Like, bro,
they want to talk about love and hip hop and all these celebrities' lives, and it's like, man, what you want to do in 5 years? I don't know. What?
It's crazy because it's like I said 5 years ago, I wouldn't be talking like this. Like, where they at? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see. But now I'll be like, man, I'm cool, bro. I was told y'all that when we eat, when you heard me going through, I be blowing her phone up.
Oh, you got that stage? Yeah. I remember I first got to that stage.
What? Cause like you said, there ain't nothing out here, bro. And then when I do, we try to entertain the women. If me and her be breaking up, it'd be like, bro, why? Slow up, babe, I'm sorry. Babe, I'm sorry.
Right, what I gotta do?
Yeah.
What Timo Cruz say, what I gotta do? We'll be back with the team, like, what I gotta do? For real, yo, that shit be ass, yo. That shit, it really don't be nothing out here. Like, I tell people all the time, it's gonna be, I think the 80-20 shit, man, real, because it's gonna be shit. I don't give a fuck who you date. It's gonna be shit about that person that just genuinely just get on your fucking nerves. Mm-hmm. And then y'all gonna clash over it. And y'all just, it's just gonna be something you just don't like. But that little bit of something you're gonna have to accept for all the other shit that come with that person that you fucking love. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's the hardest part, that people, because you're around that person so much, is that you forget that big ass chunk of shit you love about that person. Yep. But that the shit that stand out, that little bit of shit that really aggravate the fuck out you. If people break up over that shit, that's the grass. And they be out there type shit. Literally, like, be out there looking for
something that ain't there.
That ain't there.
And then when you were definitely dudes, then when you realize like, damn, then you looking back, and somebody else make her happy.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, damn.
That'd be the one thing I could actually like, even how you grew up. So like my parents been rocking for years, 20 plus years now. So it's like I saw that all the ups and downs, like, and they still rocking. So at least that part I saw growing up, and I was like, all right, like shit ain't gonna be pretty all the time. But
Facts.
if it's worth it, then you figure that shit out. So like that's one thing I could definitely say I saw growing up. So.
And that's, bro, that's crazy, right? Because I would assume for me it'd be different because you know both of y'all grew up with my parents in the career. In my house, it was for the most part my mom. So like that was another adjustment I had to do with life because she grew up watching her grandparents. They married. So like she saw the married, healthy relationship that she grew up. And for me, like I didn't see that with my mom. And I was told my stepdad, but not to get into details, that ain't, you feel me? So I'm like, the way I see relationships function is more of like my mom be individual, like she, you know, she relationship, like she do her own thing, you know, she move around. So like that's how I was moving at first. It was kind of like, what you mean? Go to the store. Like, you want to the store? Whatever.
Exactly.
Why I gotta ask you to go somewhere? I don't like all that, and having to get used to that shit. And even the way I like fucking interacted with the opposite sex, cause like being in past relationships, with like women, I got girls that flirted with niggas and shit like that, and y'all included. I didn't give a fuck, cause I was doing it. Like to me, that's what just regular. I'm thinking like that's just a part of the shit. And I get with her, and she's like, oh no, like you. Like cutting all like half the way I used to interact with women, like cutting all that shit out because she didn't like the shit. Mm-hmm. And it was like, and that's where like the part of your pride comes into it. Because like, I got a lot of female friends, so it's like genuine female friends. Mm-hmm. Right? It's like, but you still a way to interact with them. And like out of respect for her, you gotta cut your pride out and be like, man, like this is who I am. Like, nah, because to make you uncomfortable, I'm gonna handle it this way to make you more comfortable. Like, because that ain't worth you saying, oh, we're gonna be doing. So then I'm just like, right now. Because I don't ever want to be that person, like I said, because I ain't never had a breakup that was bad. So I don't ever want to be that person until like, you lose somebody and you be like, damn, you look 2-3 years down the road, you're like, I'm gonna fuck that one up. And that be a lot of niggas, bro. And they be chasing that.
That's it,
bro.
Rest of your life.
Ever. Luckily though, I never had no breakup that ended on like, I mean, bad terms. Not really. Like, same thing. If I saw them out now, I'd be like, hey, like, how you doing? Type shit. But no bad blood.
I be genuinely happy. I used to tell my boy in college that they some girl shit. And I used to tell that nigga, bro, like, first of all, them niggas, I been there was gonna be. Cause I was around some shit. I know what I'm talking about, so I just don't listen to I've been with some, I used to tell him, like, bro, I'm like, for real, like, y'all literally preparing each other for other people. Like these gonna be lessons that y'all gonna learn, or y'all gonna look back and be like, y'all, I'm not accepting this, but I know I could have been better at this. And y'all go on the next station, like, y'all literally were preparing each other for the next person. But like, y'all two together is never going ever. And like, they drug this shit off, man, long, but it's literally like, bro, that's how it go. Like, you be dating certain people, and when you first start dating, you thinking like, oh, this might be the one. But in reality, they be a fucking lesson, like, you know? They be like a stage you gotta hit. So you gotta just move to the next level.
Shit, the other part be when you break up and you still worried about that other person trying to be with somebody else. I'm like, that shit don't work either.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be at a point where like that ex, they could be happy, be in love, like cool, just stay over there and just focus on your own thing.
To me, bro, love somebody enough to realize you dating them, but to be like, yo, like, I genuinely want you to be happy, and if it's not with me, then I'm just have to just eat that.
Mm-hmm.
Most people can't do that shit.
Most people say it.
They say they can't do that shit. Because they said, they really want you to be happy, and you be like, yeah, but I don't want you to be happy. The first thing you said, like, damn, I want you to be happy, though, like, I want you to be happy with me. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
You can say it, but it's one thing to face it, man. Like, you watch that person be happy with somebody else, you just gotta sit there and eat it.
I definitely hear that. Y'all want to talk about playing?
You definitely can't talk about that. Oh, trying to save that man.
I had to finally face it, you feel me? But and it was for the best, though. That's the crazy part. It was for the best.
It's all right. You know, we was talking about comfortable. That's what that shit was.
Yeah, I was.
He was comfy. Damn.
Years later, y'all back?
Bro.
That joint was going on for years.
Josh, he took me way back. Bull wasn't hitting board time for nothing. It hit me like, yo, I'm over. I said, where? I said, oh, hell no. You gotta hit him with those, you gotta support him. I'm like, if you happy, bro. Like,
See, that's why females do better, dog. Oh, no, because females are like, bitch, why you over there? The whole fucking lecture. I'm like, shit, that's what you want to do, bro.
That's what you were happy. Like, all right, I'm about to slide. I see you in 5.
Hey, bro, that's what you want to do. That's why I tell people, bro, stop telling your fucking relationship business to people, yo. Like, keep that shit, man. Y'all,
Keep it in the house.
Friends and family don't forget.
They don't.
But you will.
Facts.
Y'all gonna make up, be over that shit. Motherfucker, you told all the business to. Still harbor bitter ass feelings to that person.
That's
Cause
it.
you, like, it don't make sense. Keep all your shit in house, bro. In house, bro. Like, you know how many people won't like me if I told them motherfuckers I moved out. He did what? So anytime he get rough, he just gonna leave.
Now, for real.
That's how it be, bro. Like, just
One
keep that shit in
one thing,
house.
I think that's why, like, girls, in terms of being friends with girls, is always like this, because they tell each other too much. And a lot of times, if they don't got good intentions for you, you be thinking, oh, I just told them they got relationship problems. She hitting your man up behind your back type stuff. Like,
It don't be that. Like, women they be hating because, like, we're in a relationship. And they not. You happy, I'm not. I don't like that shit. So.
Misery love company, bro. That's
Oh,
the thing. And sometimes it don't even gotta be from a friend, it could be your own family member.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It could be your own mom being jealous of you because you got some. Her whole life she been searching for a man. You done found a man that treats you how your mom been wanting to be treated her whole life. You know what I'm saying? And now they trying to sabotage. Now they jealous. And you like, now y'all arguing. She like, no, that's my mom. But it's like, bro, you never know. You never know. Like,
That's why, bro. That family shit.
some things you
Relatives.
can tell family and friends, but some things, like you said, you gotta keep it house. And like he said, they not gonna forget. We will.
We gonna be over it. Get past it. They still gonna be.
Yeah.
Now you gotta be arguing with them. Like, oh, stop. Hey, damn. Like, that shit dead. Like, we done really got over that. You still talking about, like, they not gonna get over that. Like, ever. That's why I'm gonna keep that shit in house.
the way you handle shit ain't gonna be the way they will handle shit.
Yeah.
So,
It's different emotions attached. Like, bro, I love this person, so like, we're in a relationship. But my emotions gonna be high, or I'm like, man, you know what? This shit ain't working. Fuck you. Like, I'm out of here. And then the next day, I'm like, man, look.
That's
Like,
crazy.
I was tripping yesterday, man. Like, you just had me upset.
Shit, sometimes I don't even take to the next day. Like, man,
I don't.
bro.
We be minutes.
I was there too. Yup, couple hours, and I was like, damn, where my boy at?
Minutes. Like, you call me beefing. Tell me. Mad as hell she said that. Like, beefing. Tell me who gonna act all funny.
Put it on there.
Yeah, you gonna act all angry. I just wanted to hug.
That'd be the simple shit. Y'all beefing, but alright, you trying to go lay down now? Like, oh yeah, cool.
Man,
Be
but over.
Dad would try some food. Food should work.
Always. You hungry? Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, come on, yo. That shit crazy. I want to get some women on because, like, I think, honestly, bro, I think women probably deal with breakups a little better than men. Only because I think they do it the correct way. I don't think they suppress feelings. I think they do it the hard way. They take the pain, they cry, they be on their own, go out, shit, depressed. and they get over it, they be
I think
once they over,
I'm about to say, once
They
they over it, it's
they
over.
over. They be over for how many times we used to hit that? She over it?
She's over
They
it.
never get that shit again.
Over.
Hey, once they be over it for us, we don't do it the right way. So it's like that's why we that double back.
I
That's
think
that
they
crazy.
way better, honestly.
Like hell yeah,
Hell yeah, bro.
because they face the pain. Like they just like they literally face the fact that they be hurt.
They hurt, and they friends do the opposite. They come through, all right, express it, get all that shit out.
Fuck that nigga.
Word.
I was too good for him anyway. You can cry today and tomorrow, but you know next week we going to the club and they be over that shit. Once they get over that shit, it be
Really it does, yeah.
real. Like that's why I'm like that. At that point, niggas be like, damn, I might have fucked that up. And try to go slide back. Niggas be like, nah, none of that.
First thing, you was gonna do nigga. Nah, bro, she just look over with you like, she just really don't fuck with you, bro. I mean, sometimes, they might have a new nigga, but a lot of times they don't. They just really don't fuck with you no more, dog. Like, it's over with.
Bro, they really know that shit correctly. I just say all women, I think most of them would that shit correct.
For sure.
We're not trying to face no pain.
Nah.
That's why you can't really tell your niggas like, not probably now, cause I know now like niggas is mature enough to be like, shit, nah, I know you love that girl, bro. Like, when we was younger, what? I never forget, bro. I never just nobody in my life, bro. I never forget. When I had found out when I had dual little shorties was wild. Blues got that was before this too. When Blues had got back to me, she was But I called this nigga, bro, and I literally said, bro, like, I heard your bitch was out here cheating. Bro, like, nigga love the girl and everything, bro. Like, just insensitive as hell about it. Like, bro, I heard you was out here cheating. No, da-da-da-da. Alright, bro. You out looking stupid. Yeah, looking stupid. Like, and that's literally how I gave the information to him. Like, just straight asshole shit. Like, bro, damn. Like, now, I wouldn't even handle it that way. Like, I wouldn't even really want to tell one of my niggas, like, damn, I gotta tell. I'm not gonna have my mans looking at her crazy. But at the same time, it's like, damn, I want to say to my mans. But see, that's the part we don't handle like women. Women get the information from their friend. They get mad at the friend. You mad at her, she trying to look you out.
Yep.
You don't know what you saw. You was a hater. I always knew you was a hater. And you be out here balling.
Yeah, really
Man,
so.
we're gonna be
She
like,
said she
damn,
saw.
bro. Some of you was real. Man. Oh, that's deep though, man. Anything, Josh?
Well,
How you said you had a story to tell?
Oh, you had the happy one.
Yeah, the happy one.
The happy one.
Oh, yeah, they had to break up,
I thought I
bro.
was gonna forget. Yeah, I remember you did.
I forgot, nigga. Fuck out of here, bro.
You remember the happy one?
I was with my last ex. Last time we broke up. Who you? I'm not gonna say names. I don't think you talking about the same person. Nah, not even that. Nah.
I know you're talking about. And I know you're not talking about.
Oh,
Lil.
I think I know what you're talking about too.
I know you're not.
No.
Come on, bro. I
When we was at
know.
G's Elbow, the bar that night.
Nope, not that.
Oh, that's what I don't know that.
That's crazy how he pulled that up, but that's in the
That was
file.
a great guess, though. That was a great guess.
That's when he assumed what you're talking about. I knew, bro.
Hey yo.
Shout out cameraman.
Cameraman be chilling, bro. But we broke up and it was happy because she was fucking annoying, bro. She was crazy, annoying. She didn't trust me. The trust wasn't there. I mean,
Oh, these girls don't trust you.
that's the same girl.
She had a bad breakup and a happy
It must be
breakup.
you.
Look, you see me, right? That's supposed to be my man.
What you doing?
Maybe it ain't them, John.
I be chilling, bro. Go to class. Cause that's when I was in college too.
Team system.
Oh
God. We already know. Come on, B.
Shit.
This costs a lot of money.
Where we go? We went to that spot to eat dinner. He was getting hit with all of them. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, that talking about will get real shit. Yeah, you gonna know now.
Oh,
Next time me come on, what? I'm gonna grab that, Joe.
Robert
Yes,
and
sir.
Kelly. That's all I was trying to say. Robert and Kelly.
Yeah.
It's on, man. It's on.
Yeah.